Welcome back to Beyond the Slate, the program where you learn more about your filmmakers. I'm your host, Sam Leger, and today we have the incredible pleasure to interview two amazing screenwriters and directors. We have Leo de Souza and Isabel Seixas. Uh, Isabel Seixas is the co-founder of Mbaraka, a creative studio that has been producing critically acclaimed cultural projects since 2007, uniting historical research and contemporary art. And Leo is a multi-award winning filmmaker whose documentary Logo Ali Africa do Sul earned accolades at the 5th International Documentary Festival of Lera Petra and the Impact Doc Awards 2018. He's also the creator of Favela Academy, a screenwriting course designed for residents of favelas and marginalized communities, empowering new voices in storytelling. Today we will speak about their film Eu Queria Ser Bailarina, which translated in English, it's I Wanted to Be a Ballerina. And it will be available online at the Vancouver International Black Film Festival from December 13th to 17th. Make sure you grab your tickets at Vancouver International BlackFilmFestival.com and enjoy the movies. Isabel, Leo, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. How you guys are doing today?
Yeah, we are very happy to be here. I'm doing my best to speak English, so I'm sorry if I made some mistake, but I try to tell what you asked me.
I want to say that Sam's Portuguese is much better than my English because you said the name perfectly. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I've been practicing. That's one. Yeah, and also I speak Spanish, so I've been trying.
That's much easier. Okay.
Yes, definitely. So definitely a pleasure to have you guys here in this second episode of Beyond the Slate. The first thing is to learn about you and your work. I know I did a little intro, but we definitely would like to know who are you and what inspired you to be a filmmaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will try to start. So
Okay.
I always think that movies it's a way to understand other realities and other cultures. So that's the thing that it's my motivation to be a filmmaker, to also tell stories and show my reality.
Excellent.
Yeah, I always admired cinema too. My cultural upbringing was always shaped on video stores, and it was my favorite pastime to watch films with my family, with my friends. But I always thought it was very difficult to make one. I've never thought about it. I am a graphic designer, my first formation. So, but everything that I learned about art when I looked at making films, I always thought, oh, I can never do something like that because it's very difficult to have a lot of techniques and science to understand. It's not to me, but anyway, it's happened.
Okay. So it just so happened that filmmaking is the way you show reality and also you express actually art and fantastic answers. I would like to know regarding Eu Queria Ser Bailarina. If you guys can give a little intro, a little something that what is it about, so people that have never heard about it. I've seen it, so I'm privileged here. But those that haven't seen it, so they can have an idea of what it's about.
Can you start, Leo?
Okay. Everything that we thought about this movie is about inspiration. We have lots of inspiration to make this movie. The theme of the movie, the short film, is inspiration. We were inspired about the place. First of all, we went to that place to make another project, a documentary TV show that we have that shows different places in our country, specifically in Rio, the city we live. And we go to different areas that people don't go there. And the place was used to be a farm, a slave, how to say that?
Enslaved people was working there, like...
It became yeah, it was a sugar farm that used to have slaves there, and then became a sanatoria. And it's always designed to have black people suffering there. and we look at the place and how can we make something to inspire people. That was our first look. It would be very easy to make a horror movie there, because the place is it's over, it's a little bit destroyed, but we wanted to look at that and say, let's make another meaning of this place. So the place talked to us, you have to make a movie here. And then we started to think about how can we make something here? How could we make something beautiful there, to find beauty in that terrible place, you know?
Yes, I have to say that it's a place that's very important for me. It's nearby the place that I grew up, so I always learn about that place, and it was always terrible stories. And I think Leo just told, we get connected with the place first, and that is at the same time it's a very beautiful place. So you can get inspired by the place. And nowadays it's a place that there is a new meaning. It's a place to make people try to socialize them by doing art. So it's what we try to put in the first time when you think about the movie. You know, like it's a place that we can try to get new meanings about the place and about the Brazilian history as well.
Wow, wow, wow. So this place that it was with such a dark background, you guys turned it into a place of inspiration.
Yes.
Definitely love this angle for the movie. Um, I've seen how short films, it's a lot of work condensed, sometimes in 5 minutes, sometimes in 10, 14 minutes. So how did you guys work into getting all this footage and then shrinking it into 4 minutes, 14 minutes?
Bel, do you
Well,
understand?
yeah, no, I don't know. I think it was a challenge. It's always I'm Leo always helps me to make the story shorter. I'm the one that wants to do more and more minutes. So and then he comes and say, no, that's not necessary. We can make it shorter, and it's more. It's going to be more deep if you do it in this way. So once it was our first time in fiction movies, it will always be better to try to do a short movie, but it's hard to tell stories in such a short time.
Yeah, my background is on advertisement. So when I
Okay.
started as a graphic designer, I went to the advertising, and then I started making. So it was a challenge. When I was a graphic designer, I had to do something like that. That's create logos. So I had to think about the company, what the company has to say, and try to make it in a small sign or just a few sign. As when I went to the advertisement, was the same thing. You have to say to sell the product in very short time. So it's our first version of the screenplay of Ballerina. There was a lot of dialogues. So we were to think about how to tell that story without dialogue. When we were talking about it and say, how about we come back to the early cinema and try to make a silent movie, you know, how to not have no dialogue. And Bell said, okay, let's do that. And how to do that. And I was, as this film was inspired, the inspiration is the main theme of this movie. We were inspired about with lots of different movies that could tell the story without saying anything. And so we brought Lawrence of Arabia, for example, in the opening scene. Then we brought some different Atlanta. I don't know if you know Atlanta TV show, the
TV show?
series.
Yes, yes, Atlanta from Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there
Okay.
was a specific episode. It was New Jazz. If you hadn't watched it, it inspired us a lot in this movie. Because, okay, the main scene of this episode can help us tell the story. You know, so we were trying to make connections with. We're trying to be inspired by different works, different movies, so we could achieve what we wanted. So we had very clear that we wanted that the first idea to make a inspirational movie. That was our first thing that was in our mind, and everything that was connected to achieve that story.
Wow, wow. Well, first I see that this is a dynamic duo. Isabel is the
Yeah,
creative side, and then Leo,
yeah,
you. Okay, we need to sell the movie,
yeah.
so we need to.
That's
We are
why
good
we work
together.
very good together.
Oh, great, great. And then so it went from a movie with a film with dialogue to no dialogue at all. That's very interesting to me because it will be like per se a completely different movie. Like you really had to reinvent or recreate these scenes.
Yeah, we had time to plan, and
Mhm.
that was what made the difference. So we are working in this project, I think, around 1 year, maybe, and more than that, maybe.
No, but for to have the screenplay ready, it was very short time.
Yes, yes,
When
that's
we okay, it's open the financial line here. We have to put that story. So we had the
Okay.
story somehow written. So okay, we cannot do that in 15 minutes. We have to cut it down to okay, that time was very short. We
yes,
had to transform the original
right.
screenplay in a no dialogue movie. It was a
Wow.
very short time.
Yeah,
But then we are in 1 year working on that.
yeah.
Like,
But I
wow.
think we are trying to make it the movie with the budget that we had. So we had
Mhm.
a very short time to shot. So we need to make it more, not easier, but I think it was about the viability, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's one of the decisions that we made, that it's going to be better and easier. And maybe I think it's more. It's more difficult to do a movie without dialogues, I guess, because it's not that easy to make yourself understandable. But
Mhm.
I think it was a good choice, and it's yes.
I agree. I agree. It was a great choice. Something that really caught my attention was there was a change of scenes where the music goes from a violin to a rattle, right? So I would like to know about that because I see how music also plays into a movie without dialogue. How you guys managed to choose which music or which sound was going to in each scene?
That's a very good story because the girl that made the soundtrack, it was one of the actress that we interviewed to be the actress of the movie, and she got very connected with the movie. But we decided to do with another actress. So, but then we think we need to work with this girl, and she's very talented musician, and so she really caught the story, and then she created the soundtrack before we show her the movie, and I think it's clear to understand that it's the music was made for the the film and help us to understand the feelings and the time passing. So
Yeah, perfect. That's perfect answer.
Perfect answer.
Yeah, yeah, because we had this. I think nobody would have that connection with the movie because
Mm,
first of all, she knew the screenplay. First of all, she was one of the first that the Veronica Bonfim, her name. She was one of the first actors that we called, but we needed to find another girl, a younger girl that could be look look alike her. So
mm,
we couldn't find this girl, and so we decided to call two other actors. So, but we knew that we wanted to have her in our project. And then she said, "Oh, we can make the soundtrack. Okay, that's perfect." So she knew the story. She knew what she had what the audience needed to feel. So it was I think it was easy for us to have her in this project because I think I was in one of rehearsal that she had with the two girls, the other two girls that was the musician with her, and it was
mhm.
a connection there. I had to direct absolutely anything. She said, "Oh, let's put another instrument here." Okay, that's. I was only watching. I couldn't. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, I think I have to. I will change now. In this part, she had to be a little bit anxious. So let's bring this instrument here. I was quiet. Okay, good job. Better than me. So it was I think that was one of the most easier parts to make this movie. It was to trust her, to be 100% right that she would be a better